a second away from the man who was second fastest and just a little further away from the pole man. It was indeed the usual suspects at the sharp end of the grid, and as we have now come to expect, the battle for pole was between the two rivals, Derek and Christmas. 0.2 of a second between them at the end of qualifying, not enough for Christmas to worry about, and close enough for him to think. Christmas Villarage alongside him, smiling happily in the afternoon sunshine, but in a minute he'll shut the visor, and he and this man too, Chia Tuk Cheong, will turn into racers. Different thing altogether. Preacher Yong Sawangaran, number 8 on the outside of the front row. Behind him on row 2 you find more Thai riders. Decker Chrysler, Yasir Saeed is there as well, but the 150 very much a Thai championship. Big series in Thailand, and that's why you see so many of the Thai riders up on front. There's Decker Chrysler, Yasir Saeed, Malaysian rider on the Yamaha, Chu Chi Hong and Ahmed Zamani. So no one on this grid. A pushover then as they wait for the light that says go, and away they go. Great start from Derek Achuong, fired off that line. His back wheel had gone before anybody else had moved. Absolutely tore away from the line. But now loses drive going into turn 1. Preacher Yong Sawangaran had passed him before turn 1, and he dropped back to third going through the corner. He's back up to second now, but he must have missed a shift or something, because he flew off that line. And now Chia Tuk Cheong's having a look as well. They're all in there, queuing up for a pop at the champion. Make the most of it, chaps, because this is probably going to be your last chance in this race. As soon as Derek settles down to his normal rhythm, you'll be waving him goodbye. That's what the form book says. Whether it will happen remains to be seen. The other thing we have learned from watching Derek Achuong over the years is that when he's got a problem, he is smart enough to pick up however many points he can get. He doesn't take chances. He will ride for the finish. But if he thinks there's a win in the offing, then he will go for it. He's into the lead now. This opening lap isn't over yet, and he has made up for whatever went wrong going into turn 1. And as they come out of the final corner, it is Derek Achuong up front. Downhill through the chicane he comes. Preacher behind him in second place. And there is Christmas. In looking back for Christmas Villarage, who is 4th, he didn't get the best start of his life either. But that doesn't normally bother Christmas Villarage. He normally picks up a few places once the race has got going. 24 is fellow Thai rider Tisha Chrysler in third place, but watch for Christmas Villarage on the move, and watch also for that number 4 plate. That will be Chia Tuk Cheong. He'll be on the move very shortly as well. He's there in the frame at the back of that little group. But look at Derek Achuong. He's already broken the toe and put a couple of lengths clear on number 8. Into this big uphill left they go, with Derek Achuong already riding away from the opposition. This must be hurting Christmas Villarage very badly indeed, because he can see it from where he is. He's got up to third place, but he doesn't want to be hanging about for very much longer. He's got to get after Derek, and he knows it. And look at Derek, smooth, stylish and flowing. That's the way he does it. He's right on the edge on these opening laps. He doesn't want to be wasting time while Christmas is coming. He wants to be on the move, and he's pushing it as hard as Christmas himself, who has got Chia Tuk Cheong breathing down his neck. Well, things are about to get interesting, not just for Christmas Villarage either. Those two will carry the fight forward, and they will pick up on the leader. Tisha Chrysler is going to get the shock of his life in a minute, because Christmas Villarage and Chia Tuk Cheong are going to arrive on his back wheel in panic mode. He's doing a good job of staying with Derek Achuong. Look at that. Derek tried to pull away from him. He took it right out to the limit, but that number 8 machine is right back on his back wheel where it started. So that didn't do Derek any good. What he needs to do is just settle down into that nice steady rhythm of his and just eke out his lead. That's the way you see it best with Derek Achuong. Half a length a lap, and it just gets a bigger and bigger gap. Carried a bit of speed up the hill there, put a bit of distance between him. Oh, he's off it! Well, Derek Chrysler bungs the number 8 machine into the gravel trap. You know what he's thinking. He might be thinking it in tie, but he's still thinking it. Here it is again, just a classic high side. That back suspension loaded up and spat him up into the air. Superman for 3 or 4 seconds and then bang, gravel trap. But he's okay, sat up and shaking his head. He knows what he's done, and he's got a long walk back to the pits thinking of the explanation. But it comes down to the same thing, too much right hand too soon. Christmas Billerage has got Chia Tuk Cheong coming out of his slipstream now for a go, and up goes Chia Tuk Cheong into second place. This is the battle for second. Now that Derek Chrysler has gone, Derek Achuong's got a bit of space, and these two are battling over second place. Well, this was the story of late 1998 with Derek up the road and these two having a ding-dong for second. And this is the situation that Derek Achuong likes the best. He's got an empty track, he's got no worries at all, and he can just ride round as fast as he knows how, and he does know how. And you will see this gap start to increase. These two will scrap with each other. Their braking points will go to pot, their lines will get all messy, and they'll be turning in every which way. And Derek Achuong will settle down to a nice flowing ride, and he will just lap a little bit faster than either of these. No matter how hard they are scrapping, that's going to cost them. And really, and you can see now, Achuong is away. Derek is galloping clear of them as this lap unfolds. And they are going to have to sit and think about that if they want to catch him up. 47 is Yassir Saeed. This is 4th place. He's a long way back down the racetrack. Well, Christmas in front of Chia, and this is where Chia put the move on him last time, but he's not close enough, I don't think. He's right in the slipstream, but he just wasn't carrying enough speed up the hill. He's there in the corner. Look, he could ride all over the back of him, going round that very tight left. It's point and squirt around this section of the circuit, as much as it ever is at Johor. It is a fabulous circuit, long, flowing corners. It's a brilliant place to go bike racing. These two making the most of it, having a race. Derek Achuong putting a demonstration on up front, but these two are giving it absolutely everything, and Chia Tuk Cheong just does not know when to give up, and he just doesn't give up. Hounding Christmas Billerage down the hill, through the chicane. It's all front end and braking, and it's very, very twitchy there. But Christmas Billerage has got Chia jumping up and down behind him. Now onto the front straight. There's the class of lead which Derek Achuong has established as these two come out of the haze, with Chia still right behind Christmas, but not able to find a place to get through. Oh, rides round the outside. That won't happen, but will he get the drive up the hill? That remains to be seen. He took that one nice and wide, power on. Is he coming for Christmas? He's not close enough yet, but he has got the speed, and if he can just stay in the throttle a tad longer than Christmas Billerage, you might see it happen here, but it didn't. And again, he's right up behind him in the corner. Well, he just can't get close to Christmas now, coming out of that first turn onto the back straight. Christmas has got that one covered now. Chia trying all the different lines he knows, but none of them seem to be working for him. And this race has settled down into something like an order. Up front, Derek Achuong is 5 or so seconds clear of his pursuer. And Christmas Billerage might just have broken the toe. He might just have got out of Chia's clutches here. There is a bit of air between them. You can see a couple of lengths on the tarmac that aren't full up with angry Yamaha. And Christmas might just be able to put some fast laps in, but it's very late in the race. 15 laps, longest race of the afternoon, but we are well through most of those, and Derek Achuong is almost on his cruise to the checkered flag up front. There is no danger that Christmas Billerage is going to catch Derek Achuong now, and both of them know it. There he is. He has indeed moved away from Chia Tuk Cheong, and he may well be lapping faster now that he's on his own, but he is not lapping fast enough to catch Derek Achuong, and unless the defending champion makes some kind of mistake between now and the end of this lap, it's all over. Such a pleasure to watch Derek Atchewong on a circuit like this. Just so smooth and stylish. Really makes that 150 fly. Carries lots of speed through the corner. Nice and light. Beautiful bike to ride. And Derek Atchewong is making full use of it, as he has in all 3 previous seasons. Now starts his 4th, looking for yet another title to establish an entry in the record books that is going to be very hard to beat. Almost slowed to a stop then, looking over his shoulder, thinking, well, where are they then? And the answer is a long way away. Derek Atchewong wins it in casual style. There is Christmas. Derek's already waving to the grandstand as Christmas comes round in 2nd place, and cheer is there behind him. Derek Atchewong, the 3rd defending champion to win the first race of the new season. Nakajima would have completed the set in the 250s if he'd been here, but Agura's win for Colin Marshall makes up for that and makes it a full house. Yassir was in 4th place ahead of Tisha Chrysler, who got back on and carried on. But now the winningest rider in the championship adds an 11th win to his total, and perhaps he will add to his run of 3 consecutive wins in each of the 3 championship years. He certainly added a 14th podium appearance to his record-setting total. The next race of the series takes them to Thailand, traditionally a circuit where Christmas goes well, but the new layout there doesn't suit his aggressive style, perhaps quite as well as the shorter, older layout. It was very short, very bumpy, and maybe Derek Atchewong will be able to pull off another home win like he did last year.
Yes, next round, my home in Thailand. Thailand, I'm best time record in Thailand. I think win, sure.